Hey, MSers, mother MSers, father MSers, kid MSers, all you MSers out there. Today's Monday, my life with MS day. Uh, Nothing too exciting happening in the life. Kind of kicking it this last week. Behaving myself, trying not to go out and do a bunch of crap outside because of the wonderful humidity and being 90 to 100. 108 is roughly what the temperature got around. Uh, but always the 3rd and 4th of July, we always had our party on the 3rd, and it was always very humid, hot and humid or rainy. Uh, I did put up a little fireworks display thing video if you're interested in fireworks and you want to see them from my front porch. But our new house that we're in now, we're only a few blocks from the park that they do the fireworks at, and it's a perfect shot outside my front porch, right above the neighbor's house across the road. Could see everything. Went up in the sky, just couldn't see the ground effects. But next year I'll go upstairs and I'll sit because I got a nice big window on that side of the house upstairs and see if I can get ground effects from up there also. But this is MS stuff. We don't need to talk about fireworks. I got my cup of coffee. And it is the perfect temperature right now. So that is good. My coffee while I shoot the chit with you. Get my page back up here. All right. Other than that, I got the news crew coming to interview me tomorrow about my little thing about I had problems with the lock locksmith company, and I contacted our local news that does a thing where they go out and go after companies and stuff. You have problems with them, and everything worked out wonderfully, except for the damage that was done is done. Me kicking in the other door is done. I didn't go after them for all that stuff. I could have probably got new garage doors, all that if I wanted to, but yeah, I didn't go after them for that stuff, which I probably should have. It cost a lot more than the few $100 that I got back from them. Uh, but we'll see. Once carpenter in here and start to get that stuff done. I'm hoping that this week we get contact from the roofing people that I had out here last week. I'm still waiting for them to send me their quote so I can get them working on it. He did say it's going to be about a month out anyways because everybody's so busy right now. Uh, but we need to talk some MS stuff. I don't think I have any doctor appointments coming up for a while yet. So that's nice. Uh, I used to do the Farmer's Almanac stuff and all that. Uh, when I did my podcast, but I haven't got a new one in a while, but I came across one of my older ones. See what it says for July. July, named to honor Roman dictator Julius Caesar. In 46 BC, Julius Caesar made one of his greatest contributions to history. With the help of Sosigenes, he developed the Julian calendar, a precursor to the Gregorian calendar that we use today. I thought Julius Caesar's always a hated man, but could be wrong. Puzzle of the month. Suppose I can say this and give you the answer towards later in the show, but what is the longest word in the English language? I would have to say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, but I don't know. Till I tell you the answer later. Some household helpers for July. To clean copper bottom pots, use ketchup. I never heard of that. That's interesting. Had some burnt on stuff on a copper pot. That would have been nice to know, to try that out. Let's see, wrap cheese in parchment or wax paper, then place in an open plastic bag, store in the refrigerator. I don't know why you'd leave the bag open. You'd think the cheese would stale out, but who knows? I'm sure they know what they're talking about. Water your household plants with club soda that has gone flat. The chemicals that remain in the soda add bigger to the greenery. Never heard of that. This must have been one that I never got to. See, this looked like it was a 2019 Farmer's Almanac. To eliminate ink stains from a carpet, soak the stained area with lemon juice. Yeah, I can see that. To remove mud or soot from a rug, sprinkle the stained area with salt. Allow the salt to dry or settle before vacuuming. Really? What? Why would salt remove mud or soot from your rug? Huh. I guess it must work kind of like when you put cat litter, or basically the garage floor sand when you got oil leaks. To clear a clogged drain, pour 1/2 cup salt, 1/2 cup baking soda, and 1/4 cup of vinegar down the drain. Close or plug until the fizzing stops, then flush with boiling water. Yeah, I've heard that mix before. For no fuss painting, place a roller pan inside a plastic bag. Then pour paint into the plastic in the pan. The bag acts as a liner. When job is finished, remove the pan, turning the bag inside out and discard it. That is a good idea because we're currently painting and we did have a roller setup that someone didn't clean right away, and so it had a bunch of paint stuck to it. To make a microwave oven smell fresh, fill a microwavable cup with water and mix 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Heat the water at full power for 1 minute. Yeah. To remove bugs and tar from a car, use a damp cloth to apply a paste made by mixing baking soda with water. Allow the paste to sit for a few minutes before wiping and rinsing the area clean. To remove crayon marks from painted walls, scrub with a dab of non-gel toothpaste. Interesting. To remove chewing gum from clothing, chill it with a piece of ice. The hardened gum can be crumbled and brushed off. Yeah, that's the best way to do that. Go back to that puzzle of the month so I don't forget later on. But what is the longest word in the English language? The answer is miles, because there is a mile between the first and last letters. Ha ha ha. uh, so cheesy. I thought I think that's like the first one I remember being a joke style answer. All right, some ways to survive the summer. It is a heat wave. It's that time of year. We gotta deal with it. So let's see what these people have to say. Wearing cool clothing, obviously, especially with MS and stuff, neurological, skin conditions, all that stuff. You're gonna probably want to pick up some nice ice pack stuff, some uh, cool clothing. I can't think call it right now. Basically, it's cooling items for you. They have bandanas, they have hats, they have cooling vests. All that. Most of them have like gel packs in them or removable gel packs, all that you can freeze and reuse over and over. There's tons of different variety now you can find online. Look up stuff for cooling. Invest in a vest. Yeah, a cooling vest. Okay. So those number one and two basically go together. Soothe your skin. Aloe vera gel isn't just for sunburns. Its cooling properties can come to the rescue whenever you need them. Menthol creams can also help. Yeah, I can see that helping a little, but then you got that menthol smell all over. Leave your hair wet. If you have long hair, yeah, leaving it wet creates the same evaporative cooling action as wearing an evaporating cooling vest. Yeah, if you have short hair, a wet hat or bandana is a good substitute. And like I said, they do have cooling hats, bandanas, scarves, all that you can get your hands on nowadays. Or you can just take a towel and dampen it, throw it in your freezer, freeze that, and then wrap it around your neck or whatever. And that would help. And it's like if you freeze a towel and you are out at a party and you got an ice chest full of drinks and you can just throw your towel in there until you need it. That way it stays nice and frozen. Helps keep the drinks froze cold and stuff. And yeah, that's something good to have with you if you're going to be out in the heat. Take a cold shower. And yeah, that'll definitely perk you up instantly. Go swimming. Well, yeah, if you got access to a pool close by or something like that, got a lake close by, depending on the weather, time of year, all that stuff too. And earlier in the year, the lakes are still cold from winter time, so you gotta watch that. Too cold can also affect people. Fans, of course, air conditioners, fans. It's like I don't use anything other than this one ceiling fan if I'm hot and I'm sitting in this room. But as soon as the wife gets home, there's a fan going by her chair, there's a fan going on the ceiling, there's a fan going on the other ceiling, there's a fan. The air conditioner's turned on. And I'm the one with MS, but she's always had hot issues, heat issues. Then, of course, going through hot flashes with menopause and all that. Automate your AC, and there is many new thermostats and stuff you can get to help you uh, have your house regulated at a certain temperature. If you're lucky enough to have a central air unit, then you're set. Don't even worry about it. Just put on whatever temperature you like, and you're good to go. Uh, yeah, so I'd love to. I miss our last house had central air. And now that we're here, we don't have it. We barely used it at the old house because the caretaker for Ma with her dementia, and she was just a little 110-pound thing, so she didn't need the air all cold in the house, and she would complain about it. So we barely used it. Instead, just used a lot of fans in our area. Uh, Stay inside, indoors, where you can be cooler and more comfortable. Obviously, uh, strategic with your scheduling. Kind of plan your appointments and stuff during the cooler part of the day. Uh, During periods where you know the weather's not going to be. And if you're lucky enough to make an appointment within a week, then you can see the news and see which days are going to be worse. Uh, but as far as things are going right now, I mean, carpenters, electricians, plumbing, all those type of people, mechanics, uh, heating and cooling people, all that, and they're all so overbooked. And then if you're making your doctor appointments, they're out so far. It's like I mentioned my MS neurologist. I was supposed to see him New Year's Eve, but I had that thing where I fell and all that stuff happened. I didn't make it to that appointment, and when we rescheduled, they couldn't get me until October of this year. So it's like that was 10 months 10 months out from when I called to make an appointment that I could get an appointment. So that was a bummer. But we will deal with it when we see him. He's not very, not really set on helping me with anything the way it seems. I'm just go see him. He's going to say, oh, your MRI looks about the same as your last one, hopefully. And he's just going to say no DMT, and I'll mention a couple drugs I'd like to consider trying for fatigue or pain or something like that. And he'll be like, nope, nope, don't need those. Why don't you go back to physical therapy and spend $240 a day to have someone show you how to stand up and lean against a wall? It's just so stupid. Uh, Enjoy your evenings. It's usually cooler in the evenings. Enjoy that time of day, hopefully. Maybe open a window or two. Time yourself. If you must be outside in warm weather, decide how much heat you can tolerate and don't push yourself beyond those time limits. Kind of keep it to where you're breaking a sweat and all that, and you need to get inside, but don't sit there and push it to where you go just a little bit further, and then all of a sudden your body starts getting weak, your legs start giving out, your arms quit working. Just yeah, you don't want to overdo it, and then you're just that can also basically follow over into the rest of the week, and you can be affected physically how you're gonna feel the rest of the week and stuff if you do that. If you overdo stuff, always try and work in shade if you can, if you have shade nearby. If you have like a beach umbrella and you're going to the beach, stuff like that. Anywhere that you can hide in the shade is good. Fluids, water, ice water is the best. Just keep your fluids with you. Always keep a jug with you. if you have to work outside, you can always freeze a half-gallon or gallon jug in the freezer of water. And if it's hot enough, it'll melt quick enough that by the time you need a drink each time, you'll have some melted fluids to drink that are ice cold, and then you can also rub the container all over your body. Coolness from it being frozen. With cooking and your digesting taking more energy from you, heavy meals can raise your body temperature. So eat lighter meals with fewer fats, proteins, and carbs. Uh, no cook meals like salads, sandwiches, smoothies, and cold soups will keep your body and kitchen cool. I just, for some reason, can't get into cool soups. I don't know. I'm not gonna buy them to try them. I'd have to actually test a few out. I don't know. It just seems gross to me for some reason. I don't know why. It's just a liquid. But yeah, this time of year, I ain't. During the summertime is the best vegetable time, anyways. So monster salad is always a good meal. I mean, you can always throw some pieces of chicken on it, and make it like a Caesar salad or something like that. And I don't know, I haven't mentioned my salad dressing in a while, but I will mention it. And I have to make a new one now that we're in the new place. Haven't made one in a while, but basically it's 50% extra virgin olive oil and 50% apple cider vinegar. And then you add whatever you want to it. I usually squeeze half a lemon in. Uh, I'll put cayenne pepper, cracked black pepper, Himalayan sea salt. I like to put a little dill, some Italian seasonings. Uh, I'll put some minced garlic in there. Anything that you can think that you'd like for flavoring and stuff from your spice rack and stuff. That'll keep it the healthiest, one of the healthiest salad dressings you can have. And I really like it. I every time I make it, there's something either I forget or something new that I add to it, and it always comes out really good and enjoyable. Add out, try that. Think of any other good additives I like for it. Another good thing is the fresh made oats. Basically, take and usually it's equal parts oats and whatever milk. I use almond milk, unsweetened. Uh, but I'll usually do like 4 cups oats, 3 to 4 cups almond milk or whatever milk I decide to use. I'll put cinnamon in there. Sometimes I'll put dried cranberries or raisins. I use a mushroom powder I like to add to it. I can't think of what else I put in there. Dang it. It's been so long since I made them, but those are nice because you can make a big batch. That's why I usually do 4 cups of oats. Uh, that way we can get at least 6 to 8 servings out of that. Uh, sorry, I'm just trying to remember what else I put in it. I know there's a few more items that I like to put in it, but I get the, what brand is it? The Red Gold oats, the good, healthier oats for you. And then you can sit there and just put it in your fridge. You can eat oats cold, just scoop out what you want. eat it cold, or you can toss it in the microwave for 30 seconds or so and just get it lightly warm. Uh, but yeah, it works great for any time of day. Throw it in a little quart jar or something. And you can munch on it whenever you're hungry. Yeah, I can't think of what else I put in it. It's been long. Need to get back to that routine. Uh, Change up your workouts. You wanna probably reduce the heavier, stronger workouts. Uh, Water aerobics are better when you're hot. Yoga and cycling, any type of water activity you can do. But bicycling, hopefully, you got a nice hilly environment where you can get some cool breezes. Just be careful out in the heat if you're going to work out in the heat. Uh, Make your mobility work with you, not against you. Instead of struggling to walk and struggling to do things and get places, sit there and uh, use a cane, use a walker, save the extra effort of movement for things you need to do or you want to do. And don't worry about what other people think. Who cares what other people think? It's yeah, it's gonna be interesting tomorrow. I'm gonna be the big baby tomorrow. When the news crew comes, I'm gonna have my cane, but once they turn the camera on, I'm gonna throw my cane off to the side. I don't want people to see me with my cane and walker if they don't have to. Uh, Especially people that don't understand stuff. I got another idiot that sent me a thing from the last MS episode I put out there. They had to explain to me the cure for MS, that MS is fake. It's not real. This is what you need to do. It's like, dude, just shut up. I don't want to deal with you. It's like, it's in your head. It's like, why don't you come over so I can just headbutt the shit out of you? And then maybe I'll be able to get it out of my head and into your head. I am so sick of people like that. But yeah, someone had to write me a big old thing out. And it's just, yeah, those type of people I don't need in my life. They're just a huge waste of look at some new hobbies, maybe. Instead of doing outside type of hobbies, why don't you look into some indoor hobbies? Uh, you can do bowling, you can do crafting, do artwork, get into puzzles, get into models, stuff like that. There's just so many different things you could do for a new hobby that would be indoors. if you have if you're more of an outdoors hobby person, you got to try and find some new hobbies. Get into podcasting, and it's helped my cognitive issues a lot. Had no problem when they asked if they could bring the news crew down to interview me tomorrow, and I'm like, yeah, no problem. Pretty much think way better now than I would have been able to 4, 5, 6 years ago, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. Uh, and people just they if you don't work the muscle, and the brain is the muscle's going to get weaker and weaker, so you might as well do what you can to keep it as strong as possible. And it's fun now that I'm on. We got YouTube groups and stuff. We do live videos, all that. Constantly shooting shit with people. It helps because, as you may know, as a MSer, if you don't have a lot of socialization activity and stuff like that, you can get into weirder modes physically and mentally, and that can affect a lot of stuff. So be careful with that. Travel differently. Don't retire from summer vacations. I haven't had a vacation in over 8 years. So I don't even know what it's like to go on vacation anymore. I would love to go on vacation. It's like my wife and I got married at a courthouse. uh, I wanted to get married on Halloween, but the Saturday we did it didn't land on a Halloween, so couldn't do that. So we did the courthouse thing instead a few days after. And yeah, our judge just so happened to be Judge Grimm. That was awesome. That was the best part of it. But yeah, we never got to go on a vacation, do anything, even go up north for a few days or something. Pretty boring wedding. Took some family and friends out to dinner at a steakhouse after the court proceedings, and that was it. It was our wedding. Yay! I still owe my wife a honeymoon somewhere. But yeah, they say instead of beach vacations, consider cruises, which have indoor activities and cool sea breezes, or places with cooler temperatures and higher elevations. And yeah, it's like I me and the wife, we're not cruise ship people. All the problems people have with cruise ships and stuff, they can. I'd rather just go somewhere, play in the mountains, play in the hills, do stuff like that. It's, yeah, not we're not really the beach. I mean, an island. Yeah, I'm all for going to an island, but other than that, going to a local beach type environment, it's just too many kids, annoyances, and all that. And then watch your meds. Some can make you heat sensitive and stuff like that. So talk to your medical staff. Always find out what they know, what they can help you with. I'd say the probably better place to find out about your medications is the pharmacist. Go talk to your pharmacist, ask them, because doctors just prescribe, nurses prescribe, all that stuff. But a lot of times they don't think look over to see which medications counteract with other medications, which medications may be causing certain issues and stuff like that. Whereas the pharmacist is really good about that. My wife works at a pharmacy. Her new pharmacist that she works with now does an awesome job working with the customers, always up for talking. And the last one, not so much. One before that, he was awesome. Always let me know anytime there was any conflict with my meds or anything like that. And he was good with that, with all his customers. And that's what you want. You want someone that's going to help you keep on track and not have a bunch of issues. Going to make life way worse if your meds that are supposed to be helping you are also affecting you in other ways and stuff that are not good ways. So, I got some, what's this, adapted clothing stuff here. Get dressed and undressed more easily and independently with clothes designed with your needs in mind. Uh, uh, Challenges with getting dressed. I mean, there are more grabber sticks and shoe thingies and sock slipper-on thingies and all that stuff you can buy to help you with getting dressed now. So look into that. Muscle weakness affects us when we're trying to get dressed. Sometimes you can't get a limb to move a certain way you want. Also, sensory loss like numbness, tingling, uh, any type of sensation, skin sensations. We can go through periods where just touch and feel type items can really affect us, affect our skin and the way we handle it. Spasticity. You can be dressing and your limbs and stuff start doing things you don't want them to do, start easing up, cramping up, all that stuff. And you got to deal with that. How to get away from those type of issues. I take my baclofen throughout the day on my worst days, but usually I just do my baclofen at night. I have my all my cramp pills and all that. I also use a variety of different things you can pick up. Just talk to your medical staff, and they will let you know what options you have out there. Uh, Balance. There's been lots of times where I'm putting pants on or something, or I gotta stand up and adjust something, and you go to stand up and end up stepping weird and falling over, and yeah, you gotta be careful with all that stuff too. Uh, Bladder and bowel challenges, and you're getting dressed, and all of a sudden you have to go to the bathroom, deal with that. Frequency, urgency, all that. You want to be able to get to the bathroom and drop those drawers fast as possible. Uh, Different temperature sensitivities. Some people have hot issues, some people have cold issues, some people have both, some people have none. Pain and nerve sensitivity, that goes back to how the fabric can affect your just rubbing against your skin, touching your skin and stuff. The adaptive clothing, there's lots of different stuff for uh, comfort, looseness, cooling, all that. Just look up adaptive clothing online. You'll be surprised. The stuff that's out there nowadays, usually every 6 months or so, I'll check into cooling clothing and adaptive clothing, and there's usually something new that's out there. They have tops, shirts, pants, uh, accessories like the scarves, the bananas, the bandanas, all that stuff. Uh, they got adaptive undergarments that you can kind of rip off easier that have like Velcro strips, so you can get things off to either if you have to hurry up, urgency, going to the bathroom, or if you're just getting undressed at the end of the day or whatever. The Velcroed clothing can definitely help make it easier to get on and off. So you pull the clothes all the way down or all the way up and then worry about tripping or falling or tilting or just losing balance and all that stuff. Uh, and they also have some that use magnets. Uh, And then shoes like the Skechers slip-on shoes and all that are nice nowadays. Still have yet to get a pair. Plan on it eventually. Um, they have wheelchair-friendly pants that have higher backs and lower fronts for comfort when seated. So that's nice because a lot of times a lot of the pants will be lower in the back, higher in the front, which makes no sense. But yeah, those things can help you. And they also have elastic waist and a pull tab for easy on and easy off, and accessible front pockets, which also with a wheelchair you can also get certain pouches and carrying devices, which are nice. Uh, they have adaptive dresses and skirts, which are already easier for movement and getting on and off, but they make them even easier. They got everything: pants, bottoms, tops, whatever you need. Let's see here. They have adaptive outerwear. All these are like magnets, zippers, pull up type items that you don't have to worry about any type of zipper or anything like that. The Velcroed ones, all that stuff. Same with the footwear, like I mentioned. Features to look for are easy on and off, soft, breathable fabrics, bathroom adaptations. That's where you got the easy on off zipper and snaps and all that. Wheelchair adaptations and temperature regulation are all things you should look for. Uh, and the basic accessories, socks, underwear, all that, they also have adaptive stuff with little pull loops and stuff, which is nice. So if you got problems reaching your socks and stuff, you can go that route too. Uh, there's high tech gadgets that can help with MS issues, um, where you got electrical stimulation and all that stuff from the devices, and you're going to want to be able to attach those devices to yourself easily without having them affect everything else you do. Uh, some features to avoid are complex closures, bottoms with seams, pockets or thick designs if you're a wheelchair user, clothing that's too tight or restrictive, itchy and rough fabrics, and heavy layers. So, pretty much common sense, but it's good to think about and make sure you get stuff that adapts to you. Uh, let's see. Tinnitus. Let's look into that. The ringing, wonderful ringing in the ears, which I have 24/7 for, I want to say 35, 45 years of my life. Oh, that's getting cold. But yeah, tinnitus sucks. But if you have it, you may hear more than just ringing. You may also hear buzzing, roaring, clicking, whistling, or hissing. Mine's mostly ringing. It can be either objective or subjective. If other people can also hear certain noises in your ears, then you have objective tinnitus, which is rare. I don't know of anybody that you can hear what they're hearing with their tinnitus. Subjective tinnitus is much more common. You're the only one who can hear the ringing, roaring, and other sounds of subjective tinnitus. That's what I have. and most people have. They have pulsatile tinnitus. It is one form of subjective tinnitus. It may result from abnormal blood vessels in and around your ears. The sounds may have the same rhythm as your heartbeat. I get that. Also, that's annoying because you get the slow thumping heartbeat type sounds. Like, okay, is my heart stopping that long? Or is this just a thing I'm hearing? But basically, damage to the inner ear is the cause of tinnitus. Uh, a lot of us, damage to the tiny bones in your middle ear or your eardrums can also interfere with the proper conduction of sound. Tumors in the ear or on the auditory nerve may cause tinnitus. And there's so many different things that could cause the electrical signals to affect you in different ways. Listening to loud music through headphones or earbuds or at a concert may lead to temporary tinnitus. Uh, big fat. I mean, I went to a lot of concerts in 8 years. Never wore earplugs or anything. Spent a lot of time in front row, front 5 rows, right next to the speakers, whatever. Also worked on concerts as a bouncer and helping set up concerts and all that stuff as a roadie and doing things like that. But that was a part of it probably for mine. But I think my bigger part was when I worked in a factory. I ran well, first off, I started on a flame cutter, which wasn't too bad. It was pretty loud when the flames busted through like 3-inch thick steel. Uh, or heavier or thicker. But I also ended up running a 350-ton press, and that thing would pound chunks of steel like that thick, punch out different different designs and stuff. And when it punched through that steel that was like that thick, yeah, I had earplugs in, but you could still hear it because that was loud, and that was the heaviest. That was the biggest press in the factory that I was running. So yeah, you gotta watch that too. Medical conditions that can cause tinnitus include ear infections, an overabundance of earwax, age-related hearing loss, muscle spasms in your middle ear, Meniere's disease, which is the inner ear condition that affects hearing and balance, thyroid disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, head and neck injuries, temporomandibular joint TMJ disorders, which also cause chronic pain in your head and jaw. Rare causes include aneurysms and palatal myoclonus, which is muscle spasms in the roof of the mouth. Interesting. Medications that cause tinnitus and hearing damage are known as ototoxicity, ear poisoning. These medications include very large doses of aspirin, loop diuretic medications such as bumetanide or Bumex, anti-malarial drugs such as chloroquine, certain antibiotics such as erythromycin, which is Eris or Iritab, and gentamicin, gentamicin, and certain anti-cancer drugs such as vincristine. Yeah. Go tell your doctor, get diagnosed. You'll go do the hearing test and all that, and they'll go through things with you. Uh, there's sound-based therapies. There's lifestyle changes you can do to help manage it. Engaging in a hobby or talking with a trusted friend or family member are good ways to reduce stress, but stress doesn't, I don't know, I don't feel like stress changes mine. It's always there. It's heavier, louder certain times a day. Uh, Sometimes quieter, sometimes louder. Always there though. Avoid exposure to loud noises, obviously. Drug therapy you can do. Anti-anxiety meds, tricyclic antidepressants. Uh, yeah, watch out for insomnia and emotional problems. Other medications include alprazolam, which is Xanax, amitriptyline, which I've used, nortriptyline, nor, nortriptyline, which is Pamelor. Uh, Medications are usually reserved for people with more severe symptoms that are affecting their quality of life. Well, I've had it for over 35 years, so it's affected my quality of life. But I don't have no drugs for it at the moment right now. Side effects of medications used to treat tinnitus may include nausea, fatigue, constipation, blurry vision, heart problems in rare cases. There's hearing aids. Uh, just be smart when you're younger and protect your ears while you can, so you don't have to worry about that type of stuff. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there. Talked about enough things to get almost an hour in. uh, but yeah, we will. We missed last week's, but it was a holiday week, so I use that as my excuse. I can't remember what I put out. I put out something else on Monday, I think. But I got it out this week, and we'll come back with another one hopefully next week. But kick the shit out of the monster. Be good to yourself. Be good to everybody else. Keep following Under the Call of MS. Rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, give us those likes, leave a comment. I'll comment back. And we'll talk to you about more stuff soon. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.